Hello guys, welcome to my channel Visa Talks with K. So today I'll be giving you a quick tip on how you can be a pro to fill in the Canada visa application form. I would also be sharing with you crucial information that you need to declare while you're filling the form so that you don't get refused for that particular mistake. So let's get along.
Okay, so you start with the UCI number, which is Unique Client Identifier Number. For people that have applied before, you actually have a UCI. So you look at your records to quote that number and input there. If not, then for fresh applicants, of course, you won't have a UCI, so you leave it blank. And so I will be doing less talking on the form because the form is information requested on the form. It's self-explanatory, so you can always just fill in. You don't need much explanation. And like you see in the video, it's fillable. So it's a PDF document that is fillable. If you have issues opening this form, there's a video that I've made before. Just check within the playlist that talks about Canada. That video will help you rectify any issues you have rather opening the form and making it fillable in this way. So if your current country or territory or residence is the same with your country of citizenship, you identify as outlined on the in the video. If not, then you select where you are actually residing and your status. Basically, if you're a student, worker, or a citizen, or what have you. So just ensure you select what's appropriate. So yeah, if you've previously resided within the past 5 years in another location other than your country of citizenship, you declare appropriately. If not, you just click no, and that place automatically becomes blocked. Also, if it's the same country of residence you're applying for, you say yes. If it's not, then you click no and you fill in the information accordingly. Also, your marital status. Just again, it's clear in terms of what you should put in those boxes, right? So you just fill in accordingly. So yeah, so once you get to the point for the NIN, which is the national identity number for us, for Nigerians, that's what we call it. Basically, your national ID document could be whatever it's called in your own country, right? But for us, for Nigerians, basically, I think generally, right, because like a social security number, that number does not expire. It is tied to you for life. So if you have that number, of course, you indicate the country where it was issued, then the issue date. So you just leave the expiry date. You don't need to bother about putting it because you don't have those numbers don't have, so and it won't affect your form at the end. So you just proceed accordingly. Okay, so at this point, I need to also clarify that this form is actually for the visitor's visa application. So either you're doing conference or you're coming as a family visit or as a tourist, this form is for you actually. But if you're thinking of applying for a study visa, you can download this same form, but some fraction of different boxes, right? You can download that on your portal, on the profile which you created, on the IRCC profile which you've created. The form is downloadable there. So, but for this purpose, you can see the purpose of visit is clear, no study and all that. And so just put in the details as required. So at this point, I missed out putting in the funds available for my stay in Canada. I missed it out as I was feeling. So you see how the system would drag me back to this at the end. So let's continue to watch. So if at this point, if you have anybody inviting you over, this is where you put the person's name, the relationship to you, either your brother, relative, family, friend, or whatever relationship you have. You put it there. If it's a conference, you put the name of the conference, the conference company organizing that conference. You reflect their name. The relationship would be conference host, and you put the address. But if you don't have any of these, then you just make it open to the hotel you're staying. Of course, you have a reservation already, and the relationship will be accommodation host, and of course the address in Canada. So if you have multiple hotels you'll be staying, you can also mention them. Or if you're staying in an hotel and also you're attending a conference, or you are visiting on that place, or meeting on that person, then you can just state it accordingly. But sure to know that, or be clear to know that whatever information you're providing, you have to have validating documents. So if you put the name of an hotel, then you have to have a confirmed um, hotel reservation. If you put the name of a person, then you have to have an invitation letter. So that should be clearly noted while you're filling the form. So you input your education records, the highest you have. So if it's the PhD you have, if it's masters, if it's your degree, so it's post-secondary education. So the highest you have, you input accordingly. Then if after this, you look out for the employment section where you need to provide details of employment for the past 10 years. So you shouldn't leave any gap as advised on the instructions there. So even if for the past 10 years you have not been employed, you should include other so maybe before that you were in your national youth service, or you were in an internship program, or you were even in school, maybe after you graduated then you got job. So whatever you've done for the last 10 years, you need to reflect it on the form, because that's what is requested by the Canadian Immigration Authority. So you need to do that. You need to note that while you're filling the employment space, as required. So yeah, what you can do in your current activity, in your current occupation, you can leave, and so you see from and to. So when it is from, that's your from your start date. To is the end date. So for a current occupation, you necessarily do not have an end date, because you just basically you're still on the job. So you leave that spot for two. You leave it open. It won't affect your application at all. But for previous activities, the form space and the toe space needs to be filled. If you don't fill it, the form will drag you back when you are at the point of validating. So, but for the current activity, you can actually leave that place. That's the toe part. You can leave it blank. So, if for instance you are still in school, again, I mean, that would not necessarily mean you're employed, but you need to provide an information. Like I said, you don't leave that place blank. So if for the past 10 years you've been on a particular activity, then it's fine, right? But if for the past 10 years you have multiple activities, then you need to reflect them in the order of which they occur. So you that's like a descending order, right? So the topmost recent one, then the other ones follow accordingly. So I don't think that's confusing, right? But if you have any clarifications, you can still drop in the comment section. I'll watch out to attend to them. Yeah, so basically, so this part is a very tricky part. You are always wanting to click no, 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 because you fill the form and pass some people are tired. But here is the issue. You see this point where you ask if you've actually been denied visas and all that. So this is where people make mistake. I've seen people make mistakes a lot. So you can see even my cursor sign is on no, right? So it's better you read carefully before you click. If you say no and it's a yes for visa refusal, for previous visa refusals, it could be a big challenge for you when you submit and they get to find out. So they'll be saying, oh, you are trying to conceal facts. So declare it as it is. Note that every visa application has its own merits. They won't be say, except if, for example, you've done forgery and you were penalized for it, then that could be a ban. But on the basis of open applications that were just refused for basically objective or subjective reasons, you can reapply. So you don't need to conceal the fact that you've been previously refused. You click on it appropriately if you've been refused and you provide the details just like I mentioned. Then you just proceed with others. So others, yeah, it's always a no. I mean, depending on your situation, of course. So you scroll down. So we're getting to the end of the form, right, where we would have to validate it. Because once you validate, there's a barcode automatically that comes out at the last page. So you can see on the page now it's 5/5. But once you validate, there will be a sixth page that will drop. Right. So look at where it will take us back to the part I missed. So you can see I missed the fun part. So automatically, if I don't feel that, then it won't allow me validate, right? So you see I feel that now and I click on the validate icon. Yeah, so I've successfully validated the form. So like I had mentioned, yeah, right, the sixth page appears automatically once you validate. So this is an evidence that your form is fully validated. If you don't have this barcode, once you're done with your application, once you're done with the filling of form, then something is wrong and you need to adjust. The form itself will tell you what the error is or what the issue is. So once you're done with it, then you can save, control save, and that would now be the final document that you will be uploading to the portal. So you can, of course, take your time to review whatever information you've provided, so you're sure there are no mistakes and error or
Hello guys, thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you very much for staying to even up to this moment. So if you find the video interesting, if you find it very helpful, please like, please share, please comment. If you have any issue around you while you're filling the form, just drop your comments. I'll be open enough to look at them and also attend to any of those issues you've raised. Thank you very much, and thank you for helping my community grow. That's my subscriber base. I'm really appreciative of that. All right, so until we see next time for a very insightful video. Bye bye.